For years, we've been told a war between East and West is imminent, a deadly clash of ideologies. But what if it's all a lie? A narrative built on fear. From economic battles to military posturing, the truth behind the East versus West conflict is more than just politics. It's a manipulation for power. Discover the hidden forces behind the false narrative of war. Watch now to uncover the truth and see how they're controlling the world's destiny. Subscribe now. Welcome to Hidden in the Shadows. For years, the media has painted a picture of an inevitable war between East and West. We've been conditioned to believe that a massive global conflict is on the horizon. But what if I told you that this war isn't as imminent as it seems? In fact, the idea of an East versus West war might be nothing more than a carefully constructed illusion. This conflict has been pushed by powerful media outlets, political leaders, and elites who profit from the fear, division, and tension it creates. But why? Let's begin with the media. For decades, we've been fed constant stories about the dangers posed by Eastern powers, particularly China and Russia, creating a sense of animosity. Every major conflict, whether it's trade wars, military posturing, or diplomatic tension, is framed as part of a larger battle between these two global powers. But is it real? The narrative we're given suggests that these nations are plotting to overthrow the West, to replace Western democracy and capitalism with their own form of government. This narrative is not just one-sided. The East, particularly China, is also portrayed as an aggressive, expansionist power, looking to assert dominance over global trade, resources, and power. But if you look deeper, you'll see something more troubling. This conflict is manufactured. It's not about ideology. It's about global control and the profits generated by war. The military-industrial complex in the West thrives on the fear of war. Defense contractors, arms manufacturers, and even governments benefit from the idea of conflict. When the public believes that war is imminent, the demand for military equipment, security systems, and defense policies skyrockets, and those who hold the power make billions. In the media, narratives are spun to create fear of the East, fear of their technological advancements, and fear of their economic power. But how much of it is true? Sure, there are tensions, but are they manufactured to serve a larger agenda? Is the East versus West conflict just a way to distract us while elites push for their own interests? We've seen it before. The Cold War was another period where the threat of war was used to manipulate entire populations, creating fear and division that ultimately benefited the elites. So why is this false narrative of war so dangerous? Because it keeps the public focused on an imaginary enemy while ignoring the real threats within our own societies: inequality, corruption, and the erosion of freedoms. This false war narrative distracts from the real issues that threaten the wealth and power of the elite. So, they need us to focus on external enemies while they continue to profit. It's not just the media that perpetuates this false conflict. Governments, too, play a role. By creating tension with the East, they can justify military spending, increase control, and tighten the grip on the public. These governments and their corporate partners are the true beneficiaries of this conflict. The endless spending on military technology, the war on terror, and the constant need for defense are all designed to keep them in power. When war is constantly on the horizon, the people are kept in a state of anxiety, ready to support any action taken to prevent it. This keeps the status quo in place, ensuring that the elite maintain control. And what of the East? Well, it too benefits. As the world's second-largest economy, China uses the narrative of aggression to strengthen nationalism and rally support for its government. Both sides are playing the same game. Economic and military control are the end goals. The fear of war serves as the perfect tool to keep the masses in line and focused on an enemy that doesn't even exist. But the truth is, the real enemy is not some foreign power. It's the system that keeps the elite in control, using fear and division to maintain their grip over the world. So, what happens if the East versus West war never comes? It means the powers that be will have to find new narratives, new ways to keep the fear alive, new threats, new enemies. The question is, will we fall for it again? Or will we finally see through the illusion? The real war isn't told between East and West. It is between the people and those who seek to control us.